Everyone, we begin with new concerns about marijuana in Idaho. While a few states, including our western neighbor Washington, have recently legalized recreational marijuana use, the Gem State hasn't followed suit.
Now, despite current legalization in some of the other states, marijuana possession and sale, even for medical reasons, is prohibited in Idaho. However, local law enforcement have noticed more people are driving under the influence of illegal drugs like pot. Local News 8's Esme Carriega talking to Idaho State Police today about how they're catching these impaired drivers. Esme?
Well, Jay Carroll, I spoke with Sergeant Vance Cox today, and he says he's catching more and more people driving under the influence of marijuana, meth, and heroin. We all know about sobriety tests. Officer pulls over suspected drunk driver and person goes through a number of tests. From walking a straight line, which is not so easy when your judgment is impaired, or blowing a .8, which can land you behind bars. But some drugs are harder to detect.
Marijuana is a very common drug that's abused all the time, and we're seeing methamphetamine, and a lot of times people will use marijuana and methamphetamine or heroin and methamphetamine.
When a driver is under the influence of drugs, they're also given a number of tests.
The standardized field sobriety tests are designed to detect impaired drivers, whether they're impaired on alcohol or medications or illegal drugs. But when someone is under the influence of illegal drugs, we also use the program, the drug recognition evaluation,
which is additional testing to find out what drug is impairing the person and what level of impairment they're under.
They could have used marijuana 2 or 3 days ago and it will still show up in their system, and when we stop them they currently were not intoxicated or impaired. And so we want to do specific tests to show that they either are impaired or not impaired at the time of the arrest.
The tests include checking blood pressure, temperature, and pupils, along with your pulse.
Take their blood or urine to determine what's in their system. If it shows positive for marijuana, we still have to show impairment.
Now, with marijuana possibly becoming legal in more states, AAA researchers fear that number could sharply increase. Live from Highway 20, I'm Esme Carriega.
All right, thank you, Esme. AAA has found that the percentage of drivers who are high on pot during fatal accidents in Washington state more than doubled between 2013 and 2014. Let's check in with